Okay, here we are, Linda here again, and we are now on lesson 6, learning to live, how to love your alphabet soup. Now, each week here we've been talking and moving a little bit more into the issues of why we get stuck and how to learn to live with whatever ails you. Now, this is kind of, to me, very key, very foundational. And most of the people I work with have some alphabets attached to them. They have been labeled with alphabets, whether it's MDD, major depressive disorder, or GAD, general anxiety disorder, or ADD, attention deficit disorder, or PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, or maybe it's obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, or children of alcoholics, COA, or there's so many different things that we could be labeled with. Or it might be IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or something like that. It can be mental, it can be physical, it can be AA, NA, OA, Overeaters Anonymous, alcoholics, whatever it is, whatever alphabets you have that you've been labeled with, or that you may have adopted as though this is who you are. For one thing, let me tell you, you are not your disease. You are not your disease. There's actually a book out with that name, and it's really good. You have something, and I know when we go to Alcoholics Anonymous, we go around and say, "Hi, I'm Linda, I'm an alcoholic. I've been saying it for 27 years. I don't say that as though I'm still drinking or that I'm hopeless. I'm a recovering alcoholic. And I don't say recovered because I don't ever want to forget how easy it was to have that first glass of wine after being sober for 10 years, picking up a glass of wine, finishing the bottle, and drinking ongoing for 10 years till I was in full-blown blackouts again. I'm not going to say I'm recovered. I know God has delivered me from the obsession of alcohol. I have no intention of ever drinking again, but it's okay for me to be in AA. It's okay for me to have ADHD and be hyperactive. It's okay for me to have bipolar hypomania type 2. It's okay, because if I didn't have all of those alphabets, I would not be here today. I would not be doing this course. You would not be listening to me talk. You would not have hundreds of videos and writings and all books that I've written and talked about and done, because I wouldn't be here. It is only because I have these issues that have led me to do what I have done. So here's the thing. I want you to write down, what alphabets do you think you have, or maybe have you thought you had, or have people told you that you have. I did put a link in here, so if you want to run through it and take some assessments, go ahead, but please don't get caught up in a label. I think this whole labeling thing is wrong. I'm a counselor. I got to label people all the time, but I hate it, because we are not our disease. We are all just differently abled. I don't like the word disabled. I think it's disrespectful. I don't think it's that we're not able. I think it's that we're differently abled. So keep that in mind too. So I want you to write down what things you think you have a problem with, and then how are these issues really a problem for you? How have they caused you a problem? Have they caused you a problem because you think they're a problem, or because you have limitations? The other thing is, what have you done to try to deal with them? Some people, I'm like, oh, I need to file for disability. I have ADD. No, you don't. You don't need to file for disability because you have ADD. You have to learn some new tools. My doctor said 20% the medication might help, the other 80% you've got to learn new skills and use them. Oh, there's a thought. So that's the key. And get a coach, and get a counselor, and get a doctor, and people to hold me accountable. So that's the thing. If those things haven't been, if you've tried all those things and they have not been successful, and you've done all the cognitive behavioral things that I've been teaching you here, the 3Gs and changing your thinking and doing the Pomodoro method like we talked about last week, and doing writing things down and doing the self-coaching and getting a coach. If all that's not working, okay, we need to figure out what that problem is. But also, part of it is that maybe you haven't even looked at how those very things have been a blessing to you. If you are struggling with something, like I've got a dear friend whose husband has got dementia, frontal lobe dementia, and she has a whole ministry now to people who are going through that. Most of us do, and I'll bet you do too. You have been drawn to and gravitate toward people who have similar problems to what you have, and you can be a blessing to them because you struggle and you've got some tools because you're working on yourself. They may not be. You may be way ahead of the ball game. You may be ahead of them in a day. But if you have found this video and they haven't, you can be a blessing. You can make a change. You can change their life because you were stuck. So start to look at your alphabet soup as a blessing, as an asset. I believe we are all faucets of hope, and by that I mean we have good stuff to share. Now I've given you a bunch of stuff, and if you share what I'm sharing with you to someone else, you're going to be a blessing to them. You're going to be pouring out on them the things that are good for you. It's like it said Jesus is the living water and he flows through us. This is how I got this analogy. I just want to be a faucet of hope to people. I want to love people as I believe Jesus gave us an example to love people, not to judge, but just to unconditionally pour out hope. Hope is help, opportunity, praise, and encouragement. That's what I'm giving you. That's what you can give someone else. And that gives you purpose. That gives you that purpose that you were looking for a few sessions ago, is what is your purpose? This is your purpose, to use your issues, your struggles, your challenges to be a blessing to someone else. So what does that mean to you? There's another verse I put in here. God works all things together for the good for those that love him and are called according to his purpose. What does that mean to you? You know, how does that make you the potential poster child for whatever issue you've got? I have been a poster child for helping people, for helping them to get past struggles. I got a call today. I was actually taking somebody to a sober house, and I got a call from the television station saying, hey, do you ever work with young people who are struggling with going into final exams in college? And I'm like, yeah, I had 3 of them last night. And had I not gone through everything I've gone through, I would not have been able to take that call and be on the news twice today. See what God does? And now I can be an inspiration to others. And you can be an inspiration to others because now I give you stuff. This is just so cool. If you realize what a benefit and an asset you've been given to have this challenge that you've had. I'm excited about it. You may not be there, but if you've ever gone to AA or NA and they're like, I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic, or I'm so blessed to have this disease. When you are able to get to that point where you can look at your problems as a blessing, you know that you are living your purpose. You're living your purpose. So that's the key. So I want you also to list, I didn't put 25, but I had somebody do this and they're like, oh, I haven't helped 25 people in my life. Yes, you have. I want you to do 25 people that you have helped in your life because you have challenges, and maybe you don't realize it's because of that, or for any reason. 25 people that you have helped in your life. Do it. Write it down and then go, wow, I matter. This is good. In spite of my alphabet soup, I am a blessing to people. Make that your goal this week, is to realize what a blessing you are and how blessed you are to have these issues that you can now turn around for good to make a change and a difference in somebody else who has totally given up hope because they are where you've been. Maybe you were there last week, but you're not there today because you're watching this video. Bring them along with you. Now you're on a journey together, and it's all good. God bless you. My prayers are with you. Seriously, whoever you are, whenever you're watching this, I've been praying for you for years. God bless you.